Yo, what's happening, everybody? Alright, it's Big Out 227. We're coming back with another. This is another rant. So, yesterday, I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Movie was sick. And one of my friends brought up, JR, the only one who told me to do the gender rant. Basically, he brought up our generation. Now, I'm 20 years old, so I'm a millennial, unfortunately. And I feel like there comes a lot of problems with being a millennial. Like, he's a strong Republican, of course, and I'm a Democrat. And we sometimes share views, and we sometimes disagree. Obviously, that's life. But a lot of the thing is, I don't believe that it's all millennials. I just believe that we are handed a lot more things than we should be handed. So, in school and whatnot, how in school we're taught things that don't really matter. For instance, I would rather much be taught how to do my taxes, how to do something, how to apply for college, how to pay for college, how loans work, how all that other stuff work, how taking out a credit card, doing one of those things works. But high school doesn't teach you that. So literally after high school you kind of get thrown into the world, and it's alright, so this is college, this is what you have to do, and yeah, you're gonna have to pay it back. But the problem that I have is the very, very far left. Now I'm left, but I'm not all the way left. I'm left middle ish. Now the problem is the far left people, the leftists, and also the rightists, we have those both here. It's just the leftists, it's you can't be handed oh yeah, free school and free all this. Understand, okay, so let's say you make great grades and you just can't afford to go to school. Okay, financial aid. I understand, that makes sense. You have someone who's actually a genius and whatnot, but you can't get mad at the student for being smart and trying their hardest because they don't have money to go to school. You can't get mad at them for that. You have to accept that, acknowledge that as a scholar. You have to acknowledge them as a scholar. Okay, this person's actually doing really good. You should give them that privilege. What I don't believe in is just giving everyone free college. That, I think that's kind of ridiculous. Where I believe that if you don't have, let's say, okay, you have a 3.5, below 3.5, you should get some scholarship. You should get a scholarship, at least, a couple grand, free books or something like that. Because that's, nowadays, a 3.5, that's pretty decent. But I'm talking about the people who have, got people 3.0s, a 3.0 and below, and you got them yeah, I should, I want free college and all this shit, and, it doesn't work like that. You just can't do that. You're not really putting in the effort that someone else is putting in, and you want the free stuff. But then there comes in, oh, where does all this free bullshit comes from? Where does all this, that? And a lot of people say it's the taxpayers, but it's really the super PACs and all these other, and obviously the alumni and all these other foundations and organizations. That's why they always have fundraisers and whatnot. All this stuff goes towards the school, and the school can distribute. Also, the tuition that you pay distribute. It doesn't just all go to the school; it goes to paying the financial aid and all that other crazy stuff. So it's kind of interesting. But the main issue with my generation is that we are so what's the word? I don't know truly know the term for it. I guess we take things for granted. Let's see. We're kind of we're pretty much assholes. I'm not gonna lie. We take everything that we know for granted, and it's really not fair at all. Sorry if you hear a little clicking. I'm just fixing something on my computer right now, and it's kind of crazy to me. Okay, but. See, man, it's so tough talking about your own generation, how bad it really is, comparing it to obviously past generations where they've done so much more for themselves, and we're still here kind of oh, it's all about being on my phone. It's because this is we're the generation of media, in all honesty. Like, we don't go out as much, like, to go, like, activities. We don't, everyone's just getting lazy, because we have so much more on the, like, in our hands. We, like, in all the past generations, like, you have people, okay, I'm gonna stop myself right there. I'll talk about males right now. Throughout the generation, the testosterone levels have gone down dramatically. Like we are the lowest. We have the lowest amount of testosterone. Obviously, because we're doing less labor jobs. Most millennials are not doing a labor job. But if you look at our parents, like our fathers and our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers, they've all, like, I guarantee you that they have done labor jobs. Like, they've done some train tracks, they've done some crazy shit, like housing, they built houses, like, they do stuff that they are going to need all that power for. Now, with, like, all of that, we also have some issues. There's a reason why. Most millennials are unemployed. And that's because we don't want to find a goddamn job, because we just want to be given things. I know, like I see a lot of people, like, if I see on, like, I don't know, like, on any social media, like, you see all these, like, people, they're going out, like, kids, like, people around my age, they're going out and whatnot, and I've never seen them work a day in their life, and they're getting, like, yeah, man, I'm going out and partying, I'm buying all this crazy stuff, and in my head, I'm just like, how the fuck are you paying for all that? That's what kind of bothers me. I hate the fact that everything is just given to us. I mean, most families give to their kids. And I'm gonna be honest, I work right now, and I get bored of my shit. Like, millennials have, it's not like we have a bad work ethic, but it needs to be improved. It's kind of like, alright, like, yeah, like, we're working, like, yeah, like, it's kind of fun, and then after a while, you're just like, wow, this fucking sucks, like, I don't want to go to work, like, I don't want to do this, and it's, I think that it's causing a problem. And, I mean, a lot of people can disagree. Obviously, you're going to have people who agree and disagree, and who just are like, alright, yeah, obviously, like, you could be wrong, you could be right, but we are, we're judgmental. We are kind of like terrible people, but we also have to get off of, we have to stop living the lives that that are not our lives. Like, you can't live life on a phone. You can't live life, like, on social media. That's not you. Who you are, like, it could be you. Like, you can make, like, that be your persona. But who you really are, that's you. That's not who you post about. That's not what you post about. That's not, like, oh, this picture is me. Like, this is how happy I am. Like, I guarantee you're not that happy. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why? Well, obviously it doesn't make sense, because you could be whoever you want to be on the internet now. But the thing is, that's not who you, like, you could be whoever you see to be. So, like for example, you see all these girls, like, the prime example. All these girls, like, want to be like these models that they see on the internet and whatnot. But what they don't really know, because a lot of them are just blinded because of all sugarcoat bullshit, is that half of that stuff is just Photoshop. That's like Photoshop work. Like, you start doing things because you see, like, oh my god, like, this person's so beautiful, oh my god, like, this person's getting so many likes, but in reality, no one cares. Like, no one cares about how many fucking likes you get. No one cares about how many retweets you get. It doesn't matter. No one gives a fuck about your feelings. If you post that you're upset and all this other bullshit, and you expect someone to be like, oh yeah, like da 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 da, I hope, like, they don't fucking mean that bullshit. The only people who mean it are your family or your friends who are close, not the people goddamn on the fucking computer screen where you think you can handle all the goddamn problems. You can't. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It won't. It never will. Like, oh, you could like video chat. Okay, go ahead. No, the most, like, people don't understand that communication should be a face-to-face thing. It is a two-way street. You can't just be on the goddamn computer typing away bullshit, be a fucking grammar Nazi, fucking keyboard warrior over here thinking that you're the goddamn smartest person in the fucking world, and then when it comes face-to-face, you can't do shit. Like, you can barely speak. That's the problem I have. Like, like, I can't even go to a goddamn school. Like, if I see any young kids that I know, I'm like, oh, yo, what's up? Or like, oh, hey, how are you doing? They start speaking some goddamn fucking hood rat shit that I don't even know what the fuck they're saying. They're like, what the fuck? Like, please, stop. And, like, in all honesty, that's not their fault. Like, you can't blame us for how things were put onto us. You just can't. Like, over time, you can, but right now, I don't think we as a generation can be blamed for that, essentially, because I feel like it has to deal with just what's going on currently in our time right now. That's what I feel like is the craziest thing. But you have, like, all this, like, new rap music, all these different types of things that kids are listening to and they're loving it, but it enforces so many wrong things for our generation. Like, just talks, excuse me, like, if you, like, here, let's take it back to the 90s, like Biggie Smalls and Tupac and all of them, like 80s and 90s. I'll talk about rap right now, real quick. 80s and 90s rap didn't talk about doing drugs and, like, doing all this other shit. It talked about, oh, I have to sell drugs to get, like, just to get by. Like, I'm doing this. Like, don't do drugs. Like, they're bad, but I'm doing this because I have to. I'm doing this because it's the only life I can live. This is the only way I can get by to feed my family. This is the only way. And now it's kind of like, oh, let's do fucking Molly and Percocet because it's fucking awesome. It's fucking not. Get the fuck over it. Doing those fucking drugs is not cool. It's not. Just because a fucking rapper talks about it doesn't mean that it's fucking okay. And then you fucking infecting the minds of young kids over here now, drive right around their fucking hoverboards, listen to fucking Future and shit, and Kodak Black, and all these whack-ass rappers. I mean, Future ain't that whack. I like Future. And they're thinking that, like, oh, it's okay, like, yeah, I could do whatever the fuck I want, like, I could do these things, like, if he said so, like, it's okay. Like, no, it's not okay. And that's the problem I have with our generation. It's just, it's toxic. It's spreading like a disease, and it's not going to stop because of the non-stop just flow of bullshit. And like I said in my other Dragon's Dogma video, the Cash Me Outside girl, 13, 14 years old, and she's making millions of dollars just because she got in a fight with her mom. And do you know how many kids are going to be fighting their parents now? Like, do you know how, like, no one has respect anymore? I feel like millennials lost so much respect. Whenever I go to a fucking friend's house, they start cursing at their mom. If I ever cursed at my parents, I would literally be shot on spot. Like, people don't understand that. You just can't do those things. Like, the level of respect has decreased. So many things have just went down in our generation, and it's just gradually going down until someone fixes it or something has to change. Someone has to come out there and be like, all right, this is it. Like, you can't just treat someone like this. You can't treat the person who you're dependent on like this. And that's the problem I have. I know I'm just jumping around right now, guys, but you know that's it right now. It's about 14 minutes, so yeah, I'm kind of long. I didn't expect it to be this long. But I hope everyone liked this. If you guys have any rant topics you want me to talk about, anything you want me to talk about, new video games to play, just leave it in the comments below. Remember, and don't forget, obviously that's like the same thing, like, subscribe, do you guys do best, and stay frosty for me, everyone. Thank you. That was weird. I don't usually say thank you. See ya!